Being a manager comes with huge responsibilities, and one of those big responsibilities is to coach your team. However, this word is used so loosely, and I'm here to clear things up. Okay, as a first-time manager, your role would be to essentially provide guidance and direction. Right? So coaching is not you giving people the answers. Coaching is not you just spoon feeding them the information. You want to empower your team to be problem solvers, to be able to find solutions to problem as opposed to coming to you constantly for that solution. All right. So, but how do you do that? How do you build that sense of independence and autonomy with them in a way that feels empowering, in a way that doesn't demotivate them, and that is non-threatening? How do you do that? If this is you and you need help with knowing how to coach the right way, stay tuned. Welcome to another episode on the Growth Leadership Cafe. I am your host, Adesua. If this is your first time coming across my YouTube channel, you're very welcome. On this channel, I talk about all things personal and organizational leadership, and this channel is dedicated to folks who are new to management. So if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, do so right now so you get a notification every time I post a video, which is every week Tuesday, by the way. Okay, moving to the topic for today. I'm speaking about coaching and coaching through questions. And these questions are not just questions that you throw at people just to see if they did the right thing. It's more so to see how you can support your team members. As a manager, your responsibility is really centered around empowering your team to be able to reach the goals. And what does coaching mean? Coaching essentially means providing support and direction. Okay, so how do you do this in a way that you can guide people to find the answers that they're looking for and find solutions to problems without you just giving them that information? Now, you have entered into this new manager role because of your technical competence, because of how invested you are in your work and the track record that you've created for yourself. Now, you are essentially seen as somewhat of an expert in that space. So in the work that you do, you're very good at it now, you know the ins and outs. However, how do you create the same space for your team to be able to cultivate all of those skills and assets that you have right now that would help them grow personally and professionally? All right. And in also meeting your goals and outcomes in a way that it's not just dependent on you for the team to thrive. You're very important to the team, but you also need the team to be able to function as a leader. Okay, so you need to do this in a way that is empowering for those who are coming behind you to be able to problem solve and provide solutions to problems as opposed to them having to run to you. You don't want to create that system of dependency where they're constantly running to you for everything as opposed to going out and troubleshooting that problem. All right. So say, for example, your team member comes to you and says, "Hey, Nathaniel, on the project that I'm working on right now, I'm feeling really stuck and I'm not sure what else to do. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong." And the person is probably just going on a tangent, just, getting frustrated with whatever is bothering them. For you as a manager in that situation, as opposed to saying, "What did you do wrong?" or "Why are you not able to get this done?" In that situation, what you want to do is, make time to hear what they have to say. It's not always about what they're doing wrong. It's sometimes maybe they just need a different perspective or a little nudge in the right direction to be able to solve the problem. So in that situation, one of the first questions you can ask is, "Okay, let's talk about it. What about this project is problematic for you? Where specifically? Or what specifically?" This is essentially for you to get some context as to what the root cause of the problem is. And based on the answer that they give to you, first of all, connect by validating the frustrations that they have and then asking your questions. So what you can say is, "Well, I see how this can be frustrating for you. What have you tried so far?" So that way you're trying to really figure out what methods or tools or systems, whatever, what have they done so far to rectify that situation or to troubleshoot that situation so far. And depending on the answers that it gives to you, another question you can ask is, what do you think is the reason it did not work out? This way, you're getting them to think about some of the reasons why they are getting the results that they are seeing. And a follow-up question to that could be, okay, this method didn't work. What are the alternatives? What else do you think we can try in this situation? And they could be saying things like, I don't know, maybe speak to this person, or maybe speak to that person, or maybe go online and do a little bit of research. But they will start generating those answers themselves. And after they come up with some of those things, if you do also have recommendations of things that they can look at or look on to get the solution that they want, you can share, in the past, these are some methods that I've tried. Maybe you can try this as well. Okay. The other question you want to ask is, what supports do they have so far to accomplish that goal? And the flip side to that is, what don't they have? What resources or supports don't they have? And depending on their answer again, the next question to ask is, okay, I believe that we've been able to come up with some other ideas or methods and things that we can try. What can I do to help here? That way you're showing that you're not just telling them what to do, but you're also interested in supporting that process. So what can you do to help? How can you help? It's not just what you can do, it's how can you help? And in the event that you are trying to coach an employee who has made a mistake and you want to get them to reflect on what they could have done differently, you can ask the question, knowing what we know now, what do you think are some ways we can do this differently in the future? And get them to think about it as well. And if you have ideas on what they could do differently, in addition to what they say, you can also chip in your own ideas of what they could do differently in the future, or maybe how you have approached it in the past, and you're encouraging them to find their own solutions as opposed to just spoon feeding them that information, because there is no growth there, because there is no learning there. It's you just telling them something and they go doing it, but they're not really internalizing or thinking about why that method works. Well, that's all I have to say on this matter. If you found this video helpful, I would say give this video a like. If you're not yet subscribed, do so you get a notification every time I post a video. And if you're someone who struggles with having difficult conversations, I do have my 5-step power guide that would get you from confrontation to conversation, essentially. And so if that is something that you need, I will put a link to it in the description box below. Download it, it's free, and use it as you see fit, and hopefully it works for you as it has for me and many of my clients. Well, thank you so much for listening. I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.